Oh, you got it?
Yep.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
How are you?
What's up, TST?
What's
Yeah,
up?
Damn, we got a group going on here. This is cool.
Yeah, dude. Sir.
Those of us that decided to wake up.
Yeah, there's.
I'm not even awake, okay?
Oh, I don't.
Yeah, that's what this is for.
Yeah, coffee right here, buddy.
Mountain Dew.
Yeah. A monster.
Hey, you gotta edit that Mountain Dew part out. My wife will kill me if she sees it.
Oh, shit. No, fuck that, bro. I'm leaving that shit in. In fact, I'm going to put a big arrow to it right when it happens. All right, so the audio, you guys are on a laptop?
Yeah.
Okay, so the audio, when I'm wondering if there's a way. So the way it works, your microphone, the farther you are away. Oh, you're using that. Yeah,
Yeah, we got
Yeah,
a
this is a mic.
yeah, put that closer to you guys.
Oh, okay. Just right here.
That's sounding really good.
Okay, so
Yeah.
wheat.
So if somebody's far away from that, most microphones have, especially like a laptop or phone, whatever, they have the noise cancellation thing. So what it'll do, it'll block background noise. So if it hears something that's not as close to the mic, it'll block that out. So if somebody that's farther away from the mic tries to talk, uh, it'll cut out.
Okay.
So so it sounds pretty good right now.
Okay, sweet.
So hell yeah, man! Wait, damn, you got your whole group
We
here.
got like a small
This is only a small
portion.
portion of the team.
Maybe half.
Not even
Oh
half.
shit!
So we got we have 15 people on the team right now.
Awesome.
Yeah, so we got how many? We got one, two,
7.
three. We got 7 here. So yeah, almost about half. Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah.
Welcome to the
But-
podcast, TST.
Well, thanks for having us, dog.
Dude, this is cool, man. This is the
thank
first
you.
time. Congratulations, by the way. This is the first time I've done a podcast with a whole team or a group like this.
Well, sweet.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
What's the trend?
Yeah. Most people think we're trolling them with like our name. So TST stands for Titanic Swim Team.
Okay.
Yeah, and people like you were in there that night with Ness Doc and then Zoe. We were in their like live stream on Instagram, and they were like Titanic Swim Team. Oh, they're trolling us. It's like everyone thinks that, but
Why?
It's a
why
real
did
thing.
okay, so I'm a little slow and it's early
Okay.
for me. So I was up late last night. So explain why they think it's trolling.
I don't
Because
just
you're an
the
airsoft
Titanic
team and
Swim
it's
Team.
called a swim team.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's
like
kinda
the
Oh,
boat.
Titanic swim team.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Oh shit. I got it. Okay. Hell yeah. Now, yeah. How did you come up with that name for an airsoft team? The fuck?
So Long Dong here is a part of it, which that's his like actual Instagram handle. So it was me, you, Sean, and Bobby.
Yeah.
Like coming out of COVID was like late 2020, early 2021.
Yeah, it was like March-ish, wasn't it?
Yeah, we were all like super bored, and so we decided we're like, let's do something this summer. And Sean, was it Sean?
Yeah.
Yeah, Sean was like, let's go play airsoft. And so we're like, all right, that sounds sweet. We all got guns, and we're like, well, let's make a team name. And just as a joke, we said, let's call it the Titanic Swim Team. And so,
We had other names.
yeah, we had other names. There were other names, but that one was like the one we could like say.
Yeah.
Like, that was like acceptable, kind of. So we did that, and then from there, we just kind of started. Like Miguel, you came, and then Mason came pretty early here. And then we picked you up.
No, we picked Zach up.
Yeah,
Zach-
me
it was Zach
we
and
picked
Braden.
Braden.
Yeah, it just started growing. So
That is
Yeah.
Because I remember I was at the field one time, and I met Mason through Eagle Scouts, and we were just at the field, and I was talking to another one, the other body,
yeah,
saying like, like this is a really cool team. Like I kind of want to be a part of this. I'm like, how do I do this? How do I go ahead? And Bobby's like, yep. Guess what? God bless you. Now you're in the team. And so Jake was like, yeah, you know what? We need people. So I joined the team, and it's been a great group of guys so far.
yeah.
Hell yeah.
So
He says so far for a reason.
Right? Well, that's a common thing I've heard is with people, that start out with teams and stuff. It's like it's difficult to get kind of like the right mix of people in the team, because there's always, you know, just people butting heads or whatever. Somebody wants to be the, you know, the big swinging dick and whatever, you know, there's always this kind of thing.
Our guys that are supposed to be in charge don't want to be in charge.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
Yeah.
So
So
you mentioned Zoe. You guys are you guys in the same area?
no, we're up in Michigan.
Oh, okay.
So yeah,
Oh,
I don't know
shit.
where she plays
What part
at,
of
but
Michigan?
Grand Rapids. So if you can see my hand, I know I'm far back. We're
Beer City.
right here.
Beer
Yeah.
City, USA.
Yeah.
Yep.
So,
So-
Michigan State fans or Michigan Wolverine
Go
fans?
green!
Go blue.
So
It's
a
little
mix?
across the board. Yeah.
Okay. Oh, I'm from Cleveland, Ohio. So Ohio State fan here, bro.
Ohio.
Oh, we're about to end this call right now. Hell yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
That's a great rivalry.
Yeah, I lived in Toledo for almost 30 years of my life, so
Yeah.
came up here and fell in love with Michigan. So I'm good. I'm done with Ohio.
I've been done with Ohio for 15 years. I left there, came down to South Carolina, and yeah, the only thing I brought with me was the Ohio State, you know, I guess fan.
Sorry.
No shit, dude. Listen, when I first got here, all the guys I worked with and stuff, you know, everyone down here is Clemson fans. So either that or, you know, South Carolina Gamecocks, and so we're talking when the football season's going on, you know, we're talking mad shit. Well, been here, you know, long enough to where Ohio State has lost twice to Clemson. Not just lost, I mean, got our fucking asses kicked. So I mean, I can't say shit anymore, you know. But growing up, and then of course before I moved here, the Michigan rivalry with Ohio State, man, it was great. It was always a fun thing. One of the guys I was stationed with in Okinawa, he was from Sterling Heights, and he was a Michigan Wolverine fan. So we would call each other every year. This is like after we got out. I got out in 94, 93. So we would call each other on our home phones, okay? This is before internet and all that shit. Every year when Ohio State would play Michigan. So if Ohio State won, I'd call him, you know, and talk shit. If Michigan won, he'd call me and talk shit. So it's a great rivalry. But down here, I don't have any. I can't talk shit. Like they're like Clemson's good. I'm like, okay, fuck, whatever.
You can call us and talk shit.
Yeah.
Right?
CST's always around.
Gotta ask, what's gas like down there?
Fuck, bro. It's, you know,
Is it more
Listen.
or less than 520?
I'm not kidding. It's like 4.60 a gallon.
What?
Yes.
Bro, you're getting it cheap right now.
Oh, really?
We're at 520. We're at 520.
Holy shit,
Diesel's over 6.
Diesel's over
Diesel's
6.
nuts.
dude.
Brand new tank.
I took a picture last week. I filled up, and I think I was like on a half a tank. I have an older like '96 Jeep Grand Cherokee, and
nice.
and I do all my own work on it, fix it up, whatever. But it's got a bigger tank, so I think it was half a tank, and it was like $60 to fill, you know, just put half a tank. And I took a picture of it. I was like, on my my personal Instagram, I was like, dude, whoever voted for this shit can fuck off. Damn.
That's a little ridiculous.
Yeah, man.
It's like
So-
you
Yeah,
just
well,
work and
all the
you get more
gun-
work.
Yeah, exactly
Yeah.
what it is.
All the gun shit going on now too. I just did a podcast last night with a lady in Canada. So, and
Oh.
her and her team are big into airsoft, and there's a couple guys on her team that are into like they follow politics and all this stuff. So we actually talked about the shit that's going on there, where they're trying to, get all the guns away, and that includes airsoft shit.
Yeah, I know.
So-
Really?
Yeah, it's nuts.
Yeah. So they're we talked a while about that. She was like, this is bullshit, like, so anyway, yeah.
Yeah. Well, to all of the Canadians out there, come on down to the States. I know things are a little jacked up, but you can play airsoft here at least. So
No shit.
Airsoft with us.
Yeah.
Like a 6-hour drive.
yeah,
I said, that's what I told her. I said, so do you guys have like a contingency plan for if this thing passes and they ban all the airsoft shit? And she was like, no. I said, move here, okay?
yeah,
Either Florida, Texas, South Carolina. Like, we've got a lot of states in America that are like going to like constitutional carry, open carry, and they don't even care about airsoft as far as, that's not
Yeah.
like
yeah,
a thing here where they're trying to ban it.
yeah.
Because we realize it's a sport. It's some fun that teens are able to get out, and not even teens, but anyone is able to get out and do. And it's
Yeah.
not. It's just something fun instead of being something harmful.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. It's so different from like real steel too.
Yeah.
Like I shoot with my stock on top of my like shoulder sometimes. People look at me and they're like, "What are you doing?" I'm like, "It's a plastic BB." I'm like trying to get
Right.
like yeah.
Now, did you play paintball?
I did, yeah. So it's
That's
like a
where it comes
natural-
from. You're
yeah,
like,
it's a natural
you know,
thing.
like
Yeah.
leaning out like this.
Unless you're doing this kind of a thing.
Yeah. Put that little double trigger on there.
Yeah,
The real long
I'm
trigger.
working on one right now. I got my MP5 over here.
Yeah.
And one of our techs, he's not here today, but his name's Hunter, and he's like making it so I can walk it like a paintball gun.
Right.
So,
Or put one of
yeah.
the, have you seen those binary triggers that people put on?
Yeah, we got a few of those.
Okay.
One guy's
Yeah.
not buying his MP5.
I got a Calico M4 and it has binary. That's
Yeah.
yeah. It's
People
great.
are like, you're shooting me with full auto, bro.
No.
Like, nope.
Something binary.
Know your terms.
They go faster than
I
full
want to say
auto.
my binary is faster than my full auto
Yeah.
Is too.
with an 11.1. That's all I run is 11.1s.
Yeah.
Now, is that HPA? Oh, no. 11.1. Yeah, you're running AG, right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yep.
Well, almost all of us.
Yeah, so we just did a tournament and we kind of got clapped for it. So we were like me and like Jordan Longdong here. We were like sitting there going, let's show them how AEGs are superior. And like every team got clapped first round, and then now we're all like, yeah, let's go to HPA.
I just dropped 600 on my HPA.
It's like a whole thing. So
Holy
we're
shit.
slowly transitioning.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
I'd say I'm gonna still run AEG.
Oh yeah, there's so
just
much.
want that
more.
HPA to mess with people.
For the
Yeah.
flex.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
Those Velkin ASLs that the field owns as rentals.
Yeah.
That's what my body is.
Those are great.
I
games.
love the body.
Yeah.
I love the body on them.
Yeah. I just saw a picture of somebody I follow on Instagram posted a picture of Black Rain. I can't remember what brand it is, but it might be a Crytek. I can't remember. But we got one of those in a mystery box a couple years ago. Man, it was fucking. I love the look of it. I mean, it shot okay. It was decent. It was average, but it just the way it's set up and then the Black Rain stenciled on the side. It looks cool as shit. There's a lot of cool looking airsoft guns.
Oh
yeah.
yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. Did you bring your LMG?
Fuck, I didn't.
What the hell?
I can't bring my LMG.
You should explain this.
I've got pictures.
All right, sir.
He's got a dime piece.
So, I have a Crytek LMG. I know a lot of people fucking hate it, but let me tell you, this thing screams America. All right?
Nice.
Let me try to get a picture
I've
pull
got
up.
a picture, yeah.
Let me see if I can try to find one first.
I got it right here.
Oh, okay.
It's like
Show it to you.
wrapped. Pretty cool.
Wrapped.
Go ahead.
Oh, that looks awesome, dude.
It's got like the Constitution on it. It's got American flag. It's fucking beautiful.
Where
isn't
did
it?
you find that? Did you have it custom painted?
It's hydro dip.
Yeah, custom hydro dip. So,
Holy shit.
yeah.
That is badass.
On the name of it.
Yeah.
It's called the Founding Father. Has a
Yes.
little vinyl sticker on the stock that says Founding Father on it. Very proud of it. Very,
It is.
very
You
proud. Of it.
should be. That is cool.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
It's a nice little toy. Always screaming at you. I'll be pinned down somewhere and I'll be like, Mason! You just hear a brrr and you're like, all right, I
Yeah.
can move now.
A10 coming in.
yeah.
Now, did any of you guys know each other before Airsoft?
Me and Jordan here, we knew each other like from school. I knew Bounce back in the day.
Yeah, we worked a summer camp together.
Yeah, and then
Oh,
he
shit.
showed up, And I was like, no shit, you play Airsoft now.
Well, yeah, because I was at the field and I was saying like, because my call sign for Airsoft is the same camp name that I got at the summer camp that we worked at.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, it's just easy. I'm used to it already. And so but like someone heard, he heard someone say bounce, which is my call sign. Kind of had a look on his face, and then I just looked at him and I'm like, we're staring at each other. I'm like, I recognize you from somewhere. So like at the end of the day, I go, I'm like, did you used to work at Gerber? And he goes, yeah. I'm like, what's your camp name? He goes, Salt. I'm like, no shit. It counts, bro. And so that's how we got reconnected.
We were like trying to climb in a car too. We're getting shot at.
Yeah.
We're like in the middle of a game.
Yeah. Middle of the game, we're in a car.
Yeah.
Oh, you're having this conversation while you're getting shot at and shit?
Yeah, exactly.
While trying to climb into like this like
Busted ass minivan.
like
The red van.
So yeah, we play at a field called Cedar Airsoft, and there's like a van there on the field. Someone that like took the window.
Yeah, someone busted the window.
Sadly, but that was like our spot. We'd pack
spot
people
was
into this
beautiful.
car.
We
We'd
had-
just sit there the whole
We
game.
probably had like 10 people in that
Yeah.
van at one point.
Oh
Yeah.
my god.
Yeah, but now we have an airsoft tank now. So it's a '97 Mercury Mountaineer.
More of a technical.
I s- Right. I saw I saw it on your Instagram. Your the dark green one.
Yeah.
Yeah, pull up a picture of it.
Yeah, I got it.
Yeah, it's so much fun. It's scary.
It is scary.
Yeah,
Yeah, that looks awesome, dude.
yeah.
Yeah, she took a
So
lot of work.
who worked on that? Who cut the top out and put all the shit in?
It was kind of a mix of everybody.
Yeah.
So we had one guy who decided to paint the rims gold. There was a lot of work that that was pickle. But we had a lot of work. We used spray paint to paint it green.
Yeah.
It was a lot of spray paint. So a lot of us did that. There was grinding involved. We had to cut the running boards off, cut the roof rack off, sand it down, mount everything to it. So it was kind of a
And we threw
Yeah.
out the interior.
rip the interior.
Might tell them the story of how it got.
Oh, that was fun.
Oh,
So
yeah.
come up here. So I get a call. That was like, it was 7:30 maybe.
At night, yeah. And like,
And so I'm like at a doctor's, like I have a chiropractor I go to, and I'm in their office and I'm sitting there, and Mason here calls me because we've been looking for a tank, like something we just wanted to do for a while.
Yeah.
I get a call from Mason here, and he's like, we've been looking at this Mercury Mountaineer for a while, and he calls me and he's like, they're gonna give it to us for $600, but only if we're there by 8:30. So I'm like, that's an hour to get there. I leave my appointment. I'm on the phone with him. I'm telling this guy, I'm like, I gotta go right now. And he's like, why? Why do you gotta go? And I tell him like, I'm buying a vehicle to make an airsoft tank. Dude's giving me these weird looks. Just like they're like, what is this kid doing? And then so we meet up, we start driving down there. We get there, the thing's just full of like just trash and all that. And like there were so many, you might have the list of problems.
oh,
But this
okay,
thing
so
is-
after we bought this thing, we drove it back up. The fucking mirror fell off while we
Oh,
were
yeah,
driving.
drive-
So that's always fun.
Yeah, the window. Yeah, when we went to bring it to the field for the first time, we put it on a trailer, and we're driving it down. We don't even get like we get off the ramp for the highway, not even like 50 yards. Yeah, and the window falls out of it, and so
Holy
we're like
shit.
all pulled over, like trying to like this busy highway. We're all getting out. You know, there's like a bunch of people. You know, TST's on the shirt. It's probably a sight to see. Yeah,
Right?
But yeah, so I was like at a auto mechanic class at the time, and like when we first got it and bought it and brought it back, shit. Hold on, I'm trying to think. So I brought it in. I'm like, all right, let's just do a quick like look over, see if anything's wrong with it. And so I look under the car, and the front drive shaft is just gone. So that's always fun. And then the rear right spring, like leaf spring bracket, was just gone too.
Oh,
so this
shit.
thing was riding on one spring in the back, somehow made it here. And then the alignment, like the car sits almost like this now because the alignment is so fucked. And the one thing that I found at the very end, the rear brake line was missing about like a foot of cable, and they tied it off at the end. I'm like, well, how the fuck did it get here? How did it not blow open?
I had that
Oh,
thing with
shit.
90 on the highway on the way back too. Like
pulled
didn't
over
know it.
driving that
Yeah,
thing.
we got pulled over.
Oh yeah.
That was a
Oh,
fun one. I was like sitting, so like to get it to the shop here to like work on it. I'm with Jordan here driving, and there's no plates on this thing. It's a rust bucket, and I'm driving behind him in my little Saturn Aura, like just like trying to get like behind him so no one can see the license plate, kind of a thing.
Right.
And there's a cop, and I'm on the phone with Mason. He's like, "Don't get pulled over." I'm like, "Oh, Mason." I'm looking at a cop right now.
Me, Mason, and our buddy Brady, we were sitting here waiting for them to get here, and we're sitting at Taco Bell. We're just sitting inside having dinner, and Mason gets a phone call from Jake, and Mason goes, "You what?"
Yeah, yeah. So I'm sitting there. He's driving, and it's like full of stuff. Like there's like
Guns.
crap. Just yeah, there's airsoft guns in there too that
No
are not
orange
in a
tips.
case.
No orange
Oh,
So
shit.
yeah, no orange tips on them. This cop pulls out, and I'm like, he's trying to get over in between me and Jordan when he's
Oh,
driving the tank,
shit.
and I'm sitting there like just trying to act like. "Ah." He's like sitting there throwing his blinker on. He's like looking at me, going, "What the hell, man?" I'm just like doing this kind of thing. And then finally, you sped up just a little bit. He cuts me off. He pulls behind, and then Jordan gets pulled over. But the guy let us go. He like was looking at. There's a gun. You said?
Yeah, I had a gun in the front seat with no orange tip on it.
Yeah,
Dude,
dude
it
was.
was packed full of airsoft. We just moved, so we had to put all of our stuff in there. So we just moved houses. So
Yeah.
Yeah,
yeah,
it was an adventure. Just like everywhere we brought that thing.
Yeah,
it's
we-
insane.
We were sitting at dinner, and then Mason was like, "You what?" And Jake's like, "We got pulled over."
Yeah,
So we're sitting at Taco Bell thinking, "Okay, what are we gonna do?" Like, so we're just kind of sitting there waiting for them to get done.
Yeah.
We get back to the shop. We're like, "What happened?" And they're like, "They let us go." We're like,
yeah. The
"That
one
thing
guy-
is not road legal. How?"
second cop.
Yeah, the second cop that pulled up behind us saved us. The first guy was like,
He was
"Oh, we're gonna
ticket us up
impound the
fast,
vehicle. We're gonna give them tickets, like,
Jesus.
the whole 9 yards." And we're like, "Oh no!" Like
also-
the one time we try to move it.
We didn't have the register. It wasn't registered in anyone's name, and we didn't have the title on us either. We had nothing.
Yeah.
No proof that it was our vehicle or anything like that.
Yeah.
Wasn't up to code. Nothing.
Yeah.
Nothing about it should have touched the road. And yeah.
The second cop that showed up though, he was like, I was sat there. He's like, I'm like, I have the title. It's like not with me. And then I'm like, we're making an airsoft tank, and he's like, a what? I'm like, we're on an airsoft team that's called like, I'm trying to explain this to a cop on the side of the road, like called the Titanic swim team. He's like, I'm like, he's gonna think I'm joking, like just bullshitting him. The guy
Right.
starts laughing. He ends up letting us go. He was really cool about it, but yeah,
That's cool.
yeah. So
Dude. That's crazy.
yeah,
Well, you know what though? That's now that vehicle has some really good history.
Oh yeah. Oh yes.
yeah. It's yeah.
Well, we also found when we were working on it, it has a coolant leak. So we've had to top it off on coolant. We have like 4 jugs of coolant sitting in the back of the tank.
Oh yeah.
And then Tiny, we took it to what, the zombie event?
Yep.
We took it to a zombie event, and Tiny was the only one allowed to drive it. And
Oh, the tire.
Oh,
and-
yeah.
and we're coming- so we have like at Cedar, there's a middle part that's village, and he's coming out of village, or he's like in the middle of village coming from towers, and all of a sudden the tire just blows.
Yeah.
And I was at towers at the time because these guys went off on a killing spree.
Yeah, we were doing drive-bys
Yeah.
right before it was so much fun.
And Mason just walks back to towers and goes, "Well, the tank's fucked." We're like, "What?" He goes, "The tire blew."
I thought I was going to become part of the field then.
Yeah,
I
me
really
too.
did. I was like, this is the new Barry.
Yeah.
This is yeah.
That's probably how that happens.
We put so much work in that goddamn tank. As soon as that tire blew, I'm like, fuck it. Did not go through like 6 months of torture with this damn tank. Just to let it sit on the first day it's on the field. I'm like, fuck it. I bought new tires for it and I put them on
I
myself.
say we went
so.
out and took the tires off. Ended up finding a venomous snake that we shot and killed. And then
Nice.
put the tires.
Yes.
Great.
Everywhere this thing goes, dude, it always has a story. Always has a story.
Oh yeah. That's the best kind.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Hell yeah. Okay. Yeah, that's cool. We talked about over the last couple of years talked about making my Jeep into a technical. because it's already kind of. So when we started, well, before we started a channel, I had got this Jeep, and the guy that had it before, it was he was a construction worker, he was a friend of mine, and it was really tore up on the inside. Like everything was in there, the seats and the interior, all this, everything, but it was covered in mud, like just and worn out and stuff. So I was going to redo this whole thing from the inside out. So I ripped everything out. All I have in there is the two front seats. There's no headliner. There's no carpet. Ripped the back seats out. Fucking, side grinder, cutting wheel. Fucking cut all the shit out. Because I'm like, I'm not putting back seat back in here because it's only me driving it for work.
Right.
And so I was gonna build like a kind of like a survival kind of road side assistance kit. I have tow straps back there, a machete, an axe for if there's a downed tree. I was gonna put a winch on the front, all this shit, whatever. So I ripped everything out, and before I could start redoing it, I got sick and I was paralyzed. So so all that shit got put on hold. So so it's still like that today. So everything's ripped out, and so it looks, if somebody walks by and looks on the inside, like the inside door panels gone. No, none of the power stuff works. I had rehooked up the main control panel on the driver's side door that controls the windows and shit. So the motor's broke on seized up on all the other windows except the driver's side. So all those will not roll down. One of them is stuck about this far open, and I said, "Fuck it, whatever." And then so I was able to get the control panel for the driver's side door and window working, but it doesn't lock. It doesn't have any it's when people walk by. I got pulled over a couple months ago, and the cop looked in there and was like, "What the hell?" And I said, "Yeah, it was a project at one point, but so it's kind of on hold." So yeah, this thing. But my boys and I talked about doing it as a technical because everything's ripped out anyway. So it'd be perfect to cut a hole in the top and do that shit.
Mhm.
But so on yours, you guys put up the panels. Does one of you guys weld? You guys have a welder?
He does well.
We do have people that weld, but those are actually just bolted. We just drilled holes and we took little like L brackets.
Yep.
And we might redo it. It looks janky right now, like they're
Well,
like folding out kind of a thing. But
yeah.
there's all that's just bolted onto the top, like
Yeah.
right next to where we cut the hole.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Hell yeah. That's
Yeah.
cool, man. Give me
Yeah,
some
no,
ideas.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Say just. I know one of the big issues we had was trying to mount our LMG to it, and we went through
Gotcha.
like 4 different ideas on how to do it, and even now it's still kind of
I think it works the
iffy.
best.
But it's
Well, it's
best
probably
idea.
flimsy, like shaky.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And kinda, but
Yeah.
still works. So what we did was we took a shopping cart wheel, the one that spins 360, take out the wheel, and then take a little foregrip, and then just drill a hole through that, and then attach the foregrip to the LMG, put a rod through that foregrip, bolt it down, and you got yourself a working turret.
Oh, that's cool. That's a good
Yeah, 'cause
idea.
then you can
Yeah,
still
'cause
pivot
Yeah.
and then side to side.
Yeah.
right,
Just a caster, any kind of caster would work.
right. Yeah. Yeah, because those are heavy duty. They got the the ball bearings in there. They'll
Yeah.
spin
Mhm.
freely and shit,
Yeah.
and it's cheap
Yeah.
for free.
Yeah. Free. Yeah. We found that one just laying around. Yeah. We found it just laying around. We're like, we'll use this.
Hell yeah,
So,
that's a good idea.
yeah.
Well, it's gonna take a minute, but I have an idea to make an actual like turning turret
Gotcha.
where I work in plastic, so like 4x8 sheets of acrylic and Lexan and stuff like
Oh,
that.
okay.
But I want to make 2 sets of rings, so kind of like a lazy Susan,
Mm-hmm.
but use pool balls.
Oh,
Like,
Oh.
go buy a couple sets of pool balls, and
Yeah,
use
yeah.
them as the bearings, and then so that way you literally be able to go 360 in the turret.
gotcha.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a project.
Really cool.
Yeah, that'd be pretty cool. Yeah. So,
Yeah, those projects are they're fun, and there's so many ideas you can look up online, like YouTube videos and all kind of shit. Like I follow one channel for a lot of the work I do on my Jeep is this one channel called Bleepin' Jeep, and
oh yeah, my dad, he has 52 Willies. He's always
Yep.
looking at those guys. Yeah.
There you go. Yeah,
Yeah.
and they've got some really good, close up, like really good footage of when they, swap stuff out or fix something or modify something, because they make rock crawlers and shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, yeah, they're good projects you can find online to get some ideas on how to do
Yeah.
shit.
The internet's
Yeah.
amazing like that.
Yeah.
Like I'm building a 92 Land Cruiser right now, but I know nothing about cars, and I'm
Yeah.
like solely going off YouTube, and it's kind of working. But
Yeah.
like if the internet wasn't there, I wouldn't be able to do it.
No,
Crazy.
for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So-
back in the day, man, when I was growing up and then, just after the military and stuff, there, no internet. It was, I mean, you just did it old school. You like talk to your friends. You meet people at work or neighbors or whatever, and you see them working on a car. You're like, hey, I had this one neighbor right after I got out. I moved back to Ohio, my wife and I. And one neighbor he built his own kit car. So it was like this, it kind of looked like a little, almost resembled like a Ferrari, but he built everything himself. So he worked at Ford. So where I worked in a factory in Twinsburg, Ohio, and it's right by GM and Ford plants. And we actually supplied. It was aluminum die casting. We made the valve body for the transmission, and so he worked at Ford just right down the road, and he lived right next door to me. He was like full blown mechanic. He knew all the shit to do. He built this badass engine, and I guess he took one, like bought one from the shop or whatever that they were gonna, like a test model. So I guess what they do off the line is they'll take a fully built engine, and I didn't know this, back then up until that point, but they'll take a fully built engine, stick it on a mount, they get it running, and they'll run it for 24 hours at the highest RPM,
Yeah.
nonstop.
Really?
And that's the test they do. So and it's like he's like, yeah, those engines, we all want them because if they pass that test, we know that shit's good and it's broke in. So he got something like that or whatever. He put that in it, but he built this whole thing, and he made his own molds, and then used epoxy or whatever, made his own little plastic kind of
Fiberglass
pieces,
and stuff.
right?
Yeah.
And built this whole thing. It was really cool, to watch, because I could see him right in his backyard building all this stuff. I talked to him, and yeah, it's fun, But that's how you had to learn.
Yeah.
Like you didn't have internet, so
Oh, yeah.
you're like, okay, how'd you do this? Oh, okay, cool. That's
Yeah.
it.
It's crazy.
The little bit that I know about cars, I was 19 or 20, had a Buick Regal. Had me and my mom were in the car and get out to go in the house, and I told her, I said, make sure you lock the doors, because I lived in Toledo, so not the greatest place.
Right.
And I was like, make sure you lock the doors. We go in the house, and all of a sudden I hear my car start. I look outside, and there's two kids hopped in my car, and they were stealing my car.
Oh shit.
They I ended up jumping off my porch with baseball bat, because right then that's all I had was bat. Jump off the porch, I go after them. They back into a light pole, and the motor dies on them.
Nice.
So they hop out, take off running or whatever. And I couldn't get the car started again, so I didn't know nothing about cars.
Yeah.
Found this really old guy one day was at a store, and he was like, well, I'll have it towed over to my shop. I'm like, okay. So I go have it towed over there. I go over there, and he starts just showing me how to fix my own car.
Nice.
He's like, well, we're going to figure out what's wrong with it, and then, we'll do this to it and stuff like that. So the little bit I do know about cars, I had to learn it, like hands-on. Like he was
Sure.
like, this is how you do it and stuff.
Yep.
Where, it's hard to find, not really hard to find, but people are more a little standoffish now. So, you're like,
Right.
hey, you want to show me how to do this? Or like, something they'd rather get, charge you for instead of showing you how to do it.
Right. Yeah, it's people aren't like neighbors and stuff. I feel like they don't do, because people used to do block parties.
Yeah,
or,
yeah.
Yeah.
I
Even
remember
like-
growing up.
Yeah, like even an unofficial block, but they wouldn't announce, hey, this is a block party. It's just everyone comes out in their front yard, your neighbors all gather around, you're standing there drinking a beer, you're like talking with everybody, and then all of a sudden it turns into somebody brings out this is old school, a boom box, and playing, AC/DC and Van Halen and shit, so and then it turns into a block party. I feel like that's kind of in the it doesn't happen very often now. Like people aren't as neighborly
Oh,
on
yeah.
your streets. It's
Oh, yeah.
like,
So divided now.
Yeah, because that's
right.
like the neighborhood that I currently live in used to be like that. Like we would have campfires. Like my family's rule is if you see a campfire, you're welcome to come over, and it's just
Yeah.
like anyone in the neighborhood is welcome to come over. Like even I just live in a little cul-de-sac of that neighborhood, and that cul-de-sac used to be very close, and now everyone kind of like does their own thing. We had people move away, and like after there was like one specific family that like moved away, everything just turned to, all right, we're gonna be secluded and
Yeah.
not gonna do anything anymore.
Right.
It was really sad because like I really enjoyed like the collaboration my neighborhood had because like my dad and I redid my neighbor's deck for her.
Yeah.
She was a single mother with 2 kids, so my dad and I went and redid the deck, and it was really nice to be able to do to help her out and in a way help out the cul-de-sac.
Right. Yeah, man. Well, I feel like Airsoft is kind of that same kind of community. So
It's
what I've
crazy.
seen, like that's most airsofters I've talked with and seen, when I went to the Mill Sim and a couple times at an indoor, like that's how it is. Everyone is just like that old school kind of neighborly way, whatever. Like, hey man, yeah, welcome to the team or welcome to the group. Oh, it's your first time. You got a Springer? Here, I got an extra. Here's a high Kappa, whatever. Or
That's what happened to me when I came to the field because
Yeah.
I used to play backyard at my buddy's house just down here, just around the corner from here. And all I did was play backyard, and I had like a cheap like $80 AEG that didn't work very well. And a buddy of mine let me borrow his to take out to the field and everything, and then second game I met these guys, and then just built this friendship and got more into airsoft and spending more money on it, of course. But it was just going to the field. I didn't expect it to be such an open community and such a welcoming community.
Right.
And now that I'm a part of this community, I absolutely love it, and I try and get as many people in as I can to show them how great this community actually is.
Yeah, it's crazy. Like starting this team, like I wouldn't imagine. Like it was a joke. Like we literally the name, everything was a joke.
Yeah.
And once we got into it, it just kept growing.
We would have never reconnected if it wasn't for Airsoft.
No, like I would have never probably seen him again. Like I never would have met any of these guys. I would have met my boy Tiny here.
Except you, Miggy.
Yeah.
So I'm the oldest out of all these. Like all these kids are kids to me. I'm 45.
Yeah.
Like I don't think there's anybody in here that's
22,
maybe
so-
over 28.
You old bastard.
It's
Oh, no,
funny.
he's close.
Yeah,
You're 26, right?
But like it
27,
like how you
yeah.
were saying about it being a community, it's funny. Like when I first started playing, like I got a BOA and got a little M4 and an AUG or whatever. So I'm letting my buddy use the AUG and I'm using the M4, and just slowly you get better stuff and better stuff. But then now I see people come, like this was last year sometime. A guy came and he literally had cardboard body armor. Like he
I remember that.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
he's running around with a Springer M4 and he's out there getting kills, And I'm like,
Yeah.
bro, so much props to you, dude. Like you were having so much fun with your stuff, Like it was great. But I'm also the kind of guy that, somebody's like, oh man, I need another mag, or my gun's not working, I need a battery, or I'm always that guy that's like, here, man, if I got it, I'm gonna let you use it so you can have the
I'm the
most
same
fun
way.
that you can,
Because
Right.
that's like what he said. You want to have those people out there have the most fun they've had,
So they come back.
so they come back and grow the community.
Yeah.
And like the first game that I went to, I brought 3 friends out, and it was myself, my buddy Braden, who is now on the team, my buddy Abby, and my buddy Paul. And now all 4 of us are like huge into airsoft because we went to one game.
Yeah.
The girls too. That's a weird one because paintball didn't get that traction. Like we just added our first female to the team, and like it's sweet. Like she's great to have around. It's just you see it a lot more than paintball, and it's fun.
Right.
Yeah,
Right.
it's great. So
It's surprising to me how interested like all the girls I've talked with that are into airsoft, like they're like most of them that I've talked with, they're reluctant to go their first time, and then once they go, they're like all in, like like a lot of you guys, and this is something I talked with somebody else just recently about is the one thing I like, or probably the biggest thing I like about the airsoft community and airsoft in general, when it comes, like, it's a level playing field across the board when it comes to, male or female or whatever. Like, no female that I've seen or talked with is trying to make the rules different to accommodate girls. Okay,
Oh,
Airsoft,
no.
like, this is how you play. These are the rules of the field. This is the rules of the milsim or whatever event you're going to, for everyone, no matter what. So, and that's what I really like, because in our day, with in the last probably 5 years or whatever, they're trying. There's a lot of people trying to push to change rules to accommodate. And it's
Right.
like Airsoft has not done that. And it's
No.
like, and they don't want that. And every girl I've talked with, they don't want to be treated different. They want
They're
to be
good,
held to the
too.
same
Yeah.
standard.
They're
And
good.
right, they want to prove themselves. They want to be on the team. They want to do all this shit. And because the first one I talked to, Chloe in the UK, she was like, it's Englefield Echo is her YouTube channel, and she was like, I go out there and we're all geared up because they're playing woodland stuff, and she was like, nobody knows I'm a female until I get hit, and I call my hit, and they're like, oh, you're a girl, and she's like, yeah, so. Like, don't treat me any different, like that's how it is. And I really like that about Airsoft.
Yeah.
I've been shot by girls just as many times as I've been shot by boys.
Yeah.
They slap sometimes. They come out of nowhere and you're like, what the fuck
Well,
just
look
happened?
at-
Like,
Hunter from Wolves' wife.
oh yeah,
She's
they're a
going out and
couple.
running.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's
They both
running
play.
a full HPA kit, and she's doing better than a lot of the experienced guys who's been out there. It's just
She'll
Yeah.
go across the field
Yeah.
if you're not
Oh, yeah.
careful. Yeah, she'll.
Maddie, she's scary.
One of the-
sometimes.
One of the couples I talked with, I talked to the girl first, Spooky Airsoft. If you look her up on Instagram,
Yeah.
she
yeah.
plays she's down here, well, close to us in Georgia, and her husband was playing, and she would go watch him. So they play Speed QB. So at the field they go to at SS, they have like a viewing area. So they blocked off kind of like part of the wall or whatever, made it like a hallway with a plexiglass where you can, stand there and watch the game.
Right.
So I guess they were short one person that day, and one of the guys on their team, on her husband's team, was like, well, get Alexis over here. And she was like, no. She had never played. And she's like, no, I can't do all this stuff, whatever. And now she's all in, bro. Like that,
Oh yeah.
100%.
Takes that one game, one push, and you're in it forever.
And then you
Yeah.
can kiss for thousands of dollars down the drain.
No shit.
Goodbye.
I got a funny wife story. When I've been watching videos for a couple of years. Like, I've been watching your guys' unboxing videos way before I even started playing Airsoft.
Oh shit. Okay.
So, it made me, I was like, oh, it's so cool. And I'm showing her to her all the time and stuff. She's like, well, why don't you go ahead and get some finally? I'm like, all right, sweet. She was like, and we'll play. I'm like, no way. Like, you want to play? And she's like, oh yeah, for sure. So I get the guns. We go out. We have state land up here. So we go out on state land just so we can shoot them or whatever, to see what it's like. I let her shoot me so I knew what it felt like, kind of stuff.
Nice.
And I'm like, all right, you go this way and I'm going to go this way. And, once we find each other, we'll start shooting each other. And she was like, no, I don't want to do that. And I'm like, well, that's what we got the airsoft guns for, so we could go play airsoft. She's like, no, I just want to shoot at like targets and stuff. I'm like, what? Like that? No. So I ended up going by myself. The last big event that we had was a zombie event. She was at work and I was out playing, and she ended up coming out to get the car from the field. And she ended up staying for like 4 or 5 hours.
Yeah.
And she just found it so amazing, because like I'm always talking about it. She's kind of like in one ear out the other, like, yeah, okay, it's airsoft. But her coming actually out there, she didn't play, but like being on the field and walking around and seeing how we play and stuff like that, she was like, that's pretty cool. She was like, I don't know if I want to do just like a battle thing. She was like, if it was more like, like a story or something like that, I would come. But slowly and surely, I'm going to get her to get out there on the field and start shooting people.
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah,
Does
we'll
she
get her
get
out
She'll
there.
be slaying.
No, she didn't.
Oh, okay.
No.
I know she was thinking about getting in there and just like rolling the window down, like people.
She would like those events that those those really cool different events that Swamp Sniper puts on, like the
Yeah.
Revelations.
I
Old
wanna get down
West.
there.
I want to
you
go
know.
to Revelations.
Yeah,
The zombie
we
one.
like to go down as a team this year. I think
Yeah.
it's in November.
I think Revelations in November.
Yeah.
Right, Revelations. Yeah, because they have people that aren't actually playing, like no guns or nothing. They're the
Yeah,
zombies.
Yeah, just NPCs.
And
Right,
you're just
exactly.
walking around. It's not like constant gameplay. You're walking around with like your rifle or your handgun just kind of slung more than you
Yeah.
are shooting. And it's just
Right.
kind of like a post-apocalyptic kind of thing. And I'm like, that just looks fun. Because I watched Jet Desert Fox. I watched
Yeah.
him do the Revelations event. And every time, like, I was watching it as it was coming out, I'm like, I want this next episode. Give me the next episode, Jet. And it was, once I finally got through them all, I went back and rewatched them all when they were out. And I'm like,
Yeah.
this is awesome. Like, that's something that I want to do really bad.
Hell yeah.
We have a local place, Six Flags, Michigan. They hold their own post-apocalyptic Six Lakes, not Six.
I was gonna say, oh shit, they turned amusement park into airsoft. Hell yeah.
They hold their own post-apocalyptic thing, and it's called Waste, and it's pretty cool going up there and LARPing and stuff. You know, dressing up different, putting weird stuff on your gun so it looks crazy and stuff like
Yeah.
that. Yeah, that kind of stuff's cool. But her favorite video game is Fallout, so like going to Ballahack, that would be like her perfect dream.
For sure.
Probably being
Oh yeah.
dream there.
Yeah.
That's the cool thing about these different events too, is that like paintball. I guess the difference is because I started out in paintball after the military and stuff. I played that for a long time, and then but they didn't really have, well, especially back then, they didn't have mag fed stuff. They didn't have the mil sims. They didn't have replica guns. Whatever.
Yeah.
Just
It was all
hoppers.
mostly speed stuff at a field. Like we played most of the time at my buddy's grandparents or family's property, and in the woods, and capture the flag kind of shit. Just pick up games.
Yeah.
But one thing they didn't have besides that stuff is the LARPing stuff, like all these different events where you're role playing these different characters. With this is the mission, this is the story behind what's going on in this mission, and okay, you guys are zombies, you do this, you guys are whatever, like working in the old saloon over here, the old western stuff or whatever. Like that is so fun, man. Who doesn't like dressing up for Halloween, even as adults?
Yeah, I still do.
I love Halloween.
Dress up for Halloween.
It's my favorite holiday out of any holiday, even my
Yeah.
birthday. I'd rather have Halloween every year.
Yep.
Every day of the year.
Yeah, it's fun, man.
Yeah, like I haven't been to my first Milsim yet. I kind of just got into Airsoft just last year, kind of like going to actual games and stuff. Well, September, myself, Tiny, and Mason, we're going to be heading to Wisconsin for was it Phoenix Rising?
Yeah.
We're going to Phoenix Rising in September. Mason's gone. He went to last year's, and after I saw his video go out, I'm like, yeah, I'm going next year. I don't care what I have. I'm buying my ticket and I'm going. Because
Hell yeah.
he filmed the whole thing and posted it, and I watched that while I was sitting waiting for class, and I was like, I missed this? Yeah, I'm not missing it next year.
Yeah, dude, that's cool.
Yeah.
How
Me
far
and,
is that from you guys, Wisconsin?
That was a 5-hour drive for us.
Oh, that ain't
So-
bad. Okay.
We're about to drive 3 hours to Detroit after this.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we're all
shit.
going to Motor City later on to play indoor.
Yeah.
Oh,
So-
nice.
It's the only indoor in Michigan, and like we all do everything. So like these guys, they do milsim, you guys do, and like the role playing, all that.
Oh yeah.
LARPing.
Yeah, and then like me and Jordan, we do speed soft. So like we all do different things. So we bring the team everywhere. But yeah, we're gonna go to
We only do that because we were into paintball, though.
yeah paintball. Paintball's got a spot in my heart. I just don't miss the tanks.
Yeah.
Like running around with a tank on, like the AEGs. They appeal to me because of that.
Right.
But yeah.
Yeah, I think most people I've talked with that started out in paintball that were really into it. They're like more into airsoft, or they haven't gone back to paintball, but
Yeah.
they still kind of like. I mean, I have fond memories, of
Oh,
paintball
yeah.
for sure, and that was kind of like my first experience. I never heard of airsoft back then, so
No, it
I didn't know
wasn't as
shit
big.
about airsoft.
Yeah. Yeah. It wasn't as big.
The
And
thing
then,
with Airsoft, it kind of like was dying off for a while. And
Yeah.
like even at Cedar, you could see from my first game to like the end of that season, you could just see people drop off and not come back.
And it's huge.
And then that South Park episode hit for the Airsoft.
Oh yeah.
Literally, that episode dropped, and I went to that game the next weekend. We had, 100 people there?
Yeah.
And normally
Yeah.
Cedar turnouts like 50.
So many
Yeah.
new people.
Yeah.
So many new people came out because they're actually heard about it. And
We were talking a lot of smack to another team
Yeah.
about the tournament coming up too, and then they
And we
were
got-
out there,
we
and
got
yeah,
clapped.
yeah, and then we got
Well, and they got clapped too, so it's all
Well,
about paying.
yeah.
they
they-
didn't so there's no real winner or loser here.
So we still have to beat them.
Yeah. They weren't very good this year. Just talking to them afterwards, they were like, "Dang, we didn't get to face each other. We both got wrecked, and we started all this crap."
Nice.
So much fun.
And,
Oh yeah.
I think airsoft is it's something that bridges so many different gaps. Like I've had my first milsim was at a prison in Pennsylvania. I ended up twisting. Yeah, me and my buddy Otter and Mason, the three of us went, and I ended up twisting my ankle. So like I didn't get to play as much as I wanted to. But I come back home and ended up going to urgent care to get my ankle looked at, and the doctor's like, "Well, how'd you do it?" And I told him that I was playing airsoft. He's like, "Airsoft," and started telling him about it. He leaves the room to go look at the X-ray. He comes back in. He was like, "Bro, I was just out there watching videos." He was like, "That shit looks like."
Oh, that's funny.
Yeah, and then I've had like people in drive-through. Like I was at Burger King the other day, and there was a guy in there, and he said something about my wallet. Like I have a Sons of Anarchy wallet, so it's got like a motorcycle skeleton guy on it or whatever.
Yeah.
And he said something about my wallet, and my first original team idea for a name was Sons of Airsoft, and I was just going to reuse their symbol kind of thing, change it a little bit so I don't get
Right.
copyright. And I was like, "Yeah, I play airsoft." He's like, "What? You play airsoft?" I'm like, "Yeah, and so started telling him about it. He's like, "I've been wanting to do that forever." And I had a business card from our field, so I gave him the card. He's like, "Oh, bro, I'll see you out there."
Oh, that's
I
cool.
brought in so many different friends from
Yeah.
work, random people that would have never
Yeah.
even thought about
Yeah.
coming and
Fix
playing
their house.
airsoft. They just they hear about it, and I talk about it so much that people are like, "Oh, I might want to come check that out," and get them to come out, and they come out more than once or twice. It's cool stuff.
Yeah, like I work at the job. One of the jobs that I work at, I've told a couple of my friends that I'll bring them out, but I work every Sunday, and our field's been having all of our games on Sundays recently, so I haven't been able to play. And every day that him and I work together, he's like, "When are we going? When are we going? When are we going?" Because he wants to go out that bad. I'm like, "Dude, once there's a Saturday that I'm going to a game, I'll let you know." But he's just from the stories that I told him and the pictures that I showed him, he's already so into it, and I'm like, "That is awesome."
Yeah, it is.
It's insane how the sport's growing too.
Yeah.
It's
Big
like,
time, man.
oh yeah, it's like we started. I mean, Cedar, when we started playing there as like a team, it maybe get like 30, 40 people, and then it was like
on a good day.
that was on a good day. And like recently, they don't have enough parking to put people in there. It's insane.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, I've got
like
pictures from the field of because the field would always take group pictures so they could head count for pizza. I'm gonna pull up a picture from an old game compared to the one that
Reset.
the one that George took.
Oh.
How wide that one was.
oh yeah.
Yeah, this Milsim we went to a couple months ago here in South Carolina at GTI. It was a Stonebreaker put on by Third Coast Airsoft. There was 700 people there.
Wow.
Oh, cow.
Holy.
That'd be so much fun.
So,
700 people.
this seemed like a normal turnout at Cedar.
Okay.
So then we did a recently a night game at Cedar, and it was like a kind of late day into the night kind of thing. And this was the turnout.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
And
What
the
a big
field's getting
difference.
Huge. So
Dude, that Revelations thing, have you seen how it's grown in the last 5 years?
It was huge.
Holy shit, dude. Yeah.
yeah, it's like secret up here. Like we talked have you DM'd anyone like out of state like that plays airsoft?
Yeah.
Yeah, they're like from Michigan. It almost seems like Michigan's kind of like the hidden.
Your dead zone.
Yeah, it's like you don't know it's here until you and then once you figure out it's there, it's huge.
Yeah.
Well, this flag right here and that red sign, that was made by a Michiganite, a guy in Michigan.
Michiganite.
So if you look on Instagram, Hateful Hank, he does all that woodworking stuff. So I bought the flag off of him. He's a
Okay.
viewer of our channel. He's an airsofter, and then that's how I found him. So then he made that as a gift, that light up sign.
That's sweet.
And so I bought the flag, but then he does all his woodwork stuff, and he sent. But yeah, he's in Michigan, airsofter. But yeah, I haven't really seen a whole lot. Isn't C7 Viper in Michigan?
No, Delaware, I think he is.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah. We have Alphonse is the only one from Michigan, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
Airsoft
he's from
Alpine.
Michigan. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
In terms of views, I think I'm getting kind of close with them.
Yeah, he's getting up there.
Is.
Where are you at now?
I'm at 30.5 thousand followers on TikTok now.
Oh shit.
I got over 1 million likes on one of my videos. So
What,
yeah.
Yeah.
bro? Okay,
Airsoft
so
LMG guy. Airsoft LMG guy. Follow the tag.
yeah. Well, I was gonna say, well, anyone that has a YouTube channel with you guys, will have to, because I only know about your Instagram
Yeah. So
that I
we
just
all
found
have, like-
recently.
Yeah. So we have the Instagram, we have a TikTok, those are just at Real Titanic Swim Team for those two. We have a Facebook that's 1912 Titanic Swim Team.
Yeah.
And then there's the YouTube. I think that's just Real Titanic.
I think so. I mean, we
We
don't.
only have one video posted on it. I have one that's almost done. It like kind of reveals our tank.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Like we have the team stuff, but almost everybody here we have our own personal
Yeah.
as well, like our personal airsoft accounts as
Right.
well. And if you go to our team page, you can go through and we tag everybody, so you can look at all their personal accounts and everything.
Yeah. And then yeah, that's so the YouTube's 1912 Titanic Swim Team.
Okay.
And then yeah, so that's where we're all at. And then you'll see us. I mean, me and Otter are usually jumping in live streams, just kind of messing around with people.
Okay.
I mean, the internet's fun. So
Right.
yeah. So
What do you
people
do?
think-
The Instagram live?
yeah.
We
yeah.
did, yeah, we
Oh,
did. We did one last year, the hottest chip challenge.
Oh, that was.
Oh, he died.
Yeah, I was like had my face in a bucket of ice cream.
Yeah.
I was screaming.
I think we have some of those videos from that on our Instagram right now.
Yeah, they're out somewhere on
They're
there.
somewhere.
Yeah.
Probably.
So
Hell
But
yeah,
yeah.
dude.
that's where all of our stuff is. And then
That's good. I'll make sure I tag all you guys. Anything you want me to put in the video, description, whatever, just
Okay.
send me through here or Instagram, and I can just copy and paste it in the description when it comes
Cool.
out.
yeah, I'm barefoot. I was the one that was texting you, so
Yep.
I
Okay.
can send you some stuff. And if you need anything, just let me know. So
Yeah, for sure.
yeah.
Well,
But-
the last, the one that just came out Friday or yesterday, I guess, call sign Lance.
Yeah, I
So-
just watched that on the way here.
Did you? Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
So, in case you guys don't know, I put if you don't want to watch it, like a lot of people don't pay for YouTube Premium or Red or whatever it's called. So
Yeah.
when you shut the screen off, it stops. But if you just want to listen, especially those longer ones, like think his and ours, or his was like 2 hours.
Yeah.
But if you just want to listen, I put them on all podcast apps. So Spotify, iTunes, iHeartRadio,
Oh, we
okay,
can-
cool.
we'll hit 'em up in the car
Apple,
on the
whatever
way
the
to
fuck it's
Detroit.
called,
Yeah.
all that shit. So if you just Google Trifecta Airsoft Podcast, it'll give you all these different options. So if you didn't want to watch it, the whole thing, you can just do the audio.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. Let me know too. Like after this, like we started making some merch stuff. So if you send me an
Okay.
address, I'll give you some stuff here. So
Fuck yeah,
Yeah,
I
dude.
will in return.
yeah. Do you guys run Dymas by chance? Like the DI5?
These guys, no, they don't run it anymore because they only do mil sims and the 3-day mil sims, and they've got. So JP on our channel, he doesn't even wear a lower like a face pro. He just does the goggles and a mouth guard
Yeah.
for his teeth.
A lot of us do that too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, I
then
just
Christian
wear,
and
like, a
Cole.
standard gator around mine just to give myself a little bit of protection.
So you see,
Yeah, they'll
I
wear
like my teeth, so I like
Matt-
fully enclose my entire face.
Yeah, I'm just too big of
I
a
like my
bitch. I
face.
don't like to get shot in the face.
Dude. Yeah.
Yeah, the
Well,
face sucks.
One time I was at middle bunker and I ran out, so I went to drop down to reload and I popped up in a new spot and Evan beamed me with his SSG and hit me right here.
Oh, man.
That hurt.
I was in a building one day, didn't have lower face pro on,
Oh.
and I went to go turn my head and talk to someone, and literally caught a BB right in the tongue. It
Oh,
went in my mouth and hit me in the tongue.
oh shit!
Yeah, I don't think that's a good idea anymore.
No
And,
shit.
What was it, like a month or so ago? We gotta have a little pickup game. Just there was like 8, 10 of us went out to the field to play, and I'm in one building and my buddy Hunter's in another building. And he was running HPA, and I just got an AEG or whatever. And we're both peeking windows and shooting, keep peeking the windows and shooting. And I have like what's the name of that mask?
Matrix Iron Warrior.
Yeah, Iron Warrior mask, where it's like the big plastic goes over your nose and covers your ears and all that.
Yep.
Good mask, real good mask. And then my goggles. There's like a 1/4-inch gap, like between the top of the nose thing and my goggles. He threads that needle, shoots me in the nose. I didn't even know that it hit me in the nose though, because it hit me in the nose, went inside my goggles, and hit me in the eye. So I thought that he went through the goggles and hit me in the eye. You know? So I'm calling blind man. I'm ripping my stuff off, hoping the eyeball's not hanging out of my head. And shit, you know? And they're like, "Oh, bro, your nose is bleeding." And I'm like, like I wipe my nose. I'm like, "Oh, thank God."
Yeah.
Like, it hit me in the nose first, so some of that power went away. But it was crazy. It hurt so bad.
Fuck
That was
yeah.
the first eye injury at Cedar. And it's by the team they sponsor. We're just out.
Oh Jesus.
Put an extra waiver if you don't use your.
Well, that one thing that's real common I've heard is, if there's any kind of open, whatever on your armor or your gear, that's where the BB's going to find. And then especially like if you're running GoPros or a scope cam, it finds the lens and it's going to break that shit.
My buddy
And
was
then,
using one of my rifles and he shot my weapon light got shot out, and I didn't realize it until I got home and was unloading. I'm like, oh, all right, looks like I need a new lens for that.
But so about another GoPro story. When I was first starting out, I was in backyard airsoft, and I bought a GoPro because I'm like, all right, I'm gonna start a channel. It's gonna be awesome. It's gonna be cool. Second time I go out, the screen gets shot out. I had no case on it, and I'm like, I just bought the damn
shit.
thing too. So that was really fucking unfortunate. But
Of course.
BBs will come for the expensive things.
Yeah.
Yeah,
There was that one
they
time-
really do.
We were playing Chaos. Your buddy full on me right with day.
Oh,
Oh, that hurt so bad.
Good old.
Well,
full
the
auto.
mil sims, a lot of the mil sims, they require like this Stonebreaker, and they check your iPro really good. It's they do all the other checks, chrono and shit, but the iPro, because of like what just happened to you, that's a common thing. If somebody doesn't have, so it's a requirement to have full seal and a strap instead of just the ear.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it has
goggles
to
that
have-
Yeah, the goggles that I had on were like I went to a military surplus store, and so they're like actual military full seal, big old
Oh, wow.
strap, and it still found it found its way
Got
inside
that-
there, boy.
Yeah, through the foam or whatever.
Yeah,
that was like a 1 in a million shot.
Oh,
Like,
it was.
it bounced off his nose. It hit like the lower eye and went up and hit his eye.
Yeah.
So now the guy that shot me with his gun is now named the Tiny Killer.
Yeah.
Nice. Hell yeah. Well, listen, guys, it's been fucking awesome meeting you guys. I love this group setting. Like I
Yeah,
said,
thank
it's the
you.
first time, with this many people on. I love it.
Sorry if it's chaotic.
Oh,
Yeah.
No, I love chaos, bro.
Oh, we do too. So.
I was in the Marine Corps, bro. Didn't you see those commercials that says we run towards chaos? Okay.
Oh, that's
Yeah,
all we
sweet.
do. Yeah.
I'm saying.
But
Hell
one
yeah.
last thing. You said you were in the military. What branch were you in?
Marine Corps.
Okay. Well, thank you.
thank you for your service.
Yeah,
Ooh,
this right here, that's a Marine Corps. The guys hold it. It's hard to see, but the guys holding up the flag, in Hiroshima.
See it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice.
So.
Well, thank you.
Thank you
Well,
very
listen,
much.
I still have my, I was just showing this on the, well, it'll come out or next week sometime, the podcast I just did with Lance and his buddy Brim, but this K-bar,
Oh, nice.
Wow.
There you go.
That's so cool.
thing's beat up. It's fucking 30 years old, okay? And so they gave me this when I got Corporal E4. You go through the gauntlets. Well, you'll hear the story on that one, but Yeah, I got a few things. I got my dog tags hanging on that flag right there. My original dog tags. So, hell yeah, man.
Awesome. Well,
Yeah, it was
yeah.
good to meet you guys. Make
Yeah, you too,
sure.
man.
Well, tell everybody again where they can find you guys.
Yeah, so you guys can find us on Instagram. We are Real Titanic Swim Team on Instagram and TikTok. Facebook, you can find us 1912 Titanic Swim Team, and then that's the same with YouTube at 1912 Titanic Swim Team. So, and then we have link trees in those bios. You can find us on there,
Nice.
and then yeah. So
Awesome.
yeah, well,
Thank you guys so much, man. It's been awesome meeting you guys. We'll do it
Yeah,
again
hey,
soon.
thanks, man.
If you have us back on, maybe we'll get everybody
We'll try
together.
that.
Yeah, if you
Yeah,
want
that would be
real
cool as
chaos.
shit. Right,
Yeah.
we'll figure something out where we can get everybody in the view there, and figure out how
Even
to.
if we need 2 different computers.
You can get like a better camera too.
I was
We could
yeah,
do it in front of the tank.
We'll get a cameraman.
Oh,
That'd be
yeah,
cool.
We'll get the tank in
Yeah.
there.
You get the
Well, the other
tank in
thing
there.
too is, on Discord, and this is one of the reasons I use it. You can have up to 20 people on the video call, so
Oh, that'd
that
be
would
cool.
work. It works if you can have good audio, which means like you can just do it from your phone, just like
Yeah.
a regular video call on your phone. And as long as people have earbuds, somewhere to negate the audio, like the noise cancellation thing, like on speakerphone. If you have earbuds or something, each one of you guys could be on individually,
Oh, okay.
and you have your own screen, and we could do it that way, or whatever. So
That'd be
there's some
kinda
options. That'd be
Yeah.
kind of cool. Hell
That'd
yeah.
be pretty sweet. Yeah. But hey, thanks, man. This is like huge. We're like the new guys on the block. Like,
Fuck yeah.
yeah.
I love it, man.
Yeah.
I think it's great. I love your team. I think you got, it's going to be cool, man. I appreciate you guys, what you're doing.
Oh yeah. Do you have like a logo? Like, do you want? We'll put your logo on our tank if you want. That'd be kind of cool.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Well,
that'd
I've
be
got stickers
sweet.
I could send you, that you could put on. But yeah, this
Just put. Yeah.
Put
That's
that.
our
in.
logo
yeah.
right there.
That would look
Tank.
sweet.
That would look sick on
Yeah.
the tank.
That'd look pretty cool.
it's
Yeah, dude.
perfect airsoft, but
Oh, that's
yeah,
badass.
that's it right there. Just the simple triangle with the T.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you want
But I could send you that, and-
on there.
Yeah, I can. Well, I have these 4-inch, the stuff the fuck, I can't remember what they're called. The peel off stickers that you put on the like your back window of your car.
Yeah.
Transfer sticker. That's it. So I have
Yeah,
those.
we do that.
I'll send you those.
Yeah. So we'll send you some stuff too. Just give me like an address.
Yeah, I'll send it to you after this.
Oh. Yeah, we do like I'm gonna have to come closer here.
Yeah, yeah.
This is my MP5, but like this like one of our stickers right there.
I love it.
Next to that lovely lady, but it's
Right. Hell yeah. Hey, well, speaking of that, have you seen Crisis, Drop Dead Drizzle on Instagram? I just did a
don't think I
podcast
have.
with her. She's a Speed QB player in California, and
Okay.
her patches. So she's got stickers that are, one of them is like an anime chick or whatever,
Yeah.
and holding this thing like all these BBs. She's like this, and all these BBs
Oh,
are
like doing
coming
the-
into her mouth.
shower thing.
Yeah, and it says mag dump, and then one of them is this anime whatever with showing her bare tits, and has like BBs rolling down like it's
That's funny. That's
So-
genius. Yeah.
So she
That's genius.
posted that, and she's got all kind of shit like that. But she you have to check her out. She's got some really cool stickers like what you got on your gun there.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Awesome. That'd be kind of funny to put something like that on the hood of the tank.
Oh my gosh, that'd be hilarious.
Oh, listen.
Yeah.
She what she does. She's a graphic designer, and she does car wraps.
Oh.
So
Oh.
yeah,
Well,
go
if she
go
needs
follow
it,
her.
We might
Yeah,
have a
and-
job for her.
Exactly. So yeah, check her out. She can help you with that kind of shit too. She's very cool. I did a podcast with her. I think it came out last week.
Okay.
So
Nice.
yeah,
We'll
dude,
go look it up then.
awesome.
So-
I appreciate you guys. You guys have fun today at the field.
Yeah. Thank you. Thanks for having us again. This is awesome. So
Cool, man.
yeah.
It's great. All right, I'll see you guys. Have a good day.
All right.
Thank you.
You too. Yeah.
Later, man.